All right, before we get started today, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, so this jacket really is not bad. The neck fits me comfortably. The waist is big, but I plan on wearing this over things like sweaters. So I kind of want it to be big, and even though it's big, it still has like a curve to it. So I might take it in just a little, but honestly, I'm not upset at all about the fit, other than the shoulders. If you look kind of close here, my shoulder's up here, and this is like literally poking out. It's really uncomfortable. This should be sitting up here. So I have 2 safety pins, and I'm going to very carefully mark on each shoulder where I really want this to sit. So really, I'd like this to sit about here. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. And this one should be right around here. So that's like, 1.5 inches, 2 inches on each side that I need to take the shoulders up. And really this one should come up just a hair more. And once I get it off of me, I will measure these and make sure they're even. Okay, so now you can kind of see where those are. And if I hold these down, that is pretty much the top of my shoulder. That's where I would like it to sit at least. All right, so now we're gonna start ripping this apart. All right, so I have my pins in. I'm gonna check to make sure that they're the same length. So there's 1, there's 2. All I'm gonna do is line up these seams. And I'm gonna just straighten this. It's at an angle, so these are at the same spot. That one's just angled. Ta-da! And we're good. So now I need to take the sleeves out of the jacket. And obviously we do that from the inside. This jacket So this is a really nice jacket, and the edges of the seams are actually tacked down so well that for a minute I thought they were felted on, because it is wool, so that's a possibility. But they are not. They were actually like hand stitched down really, really nicely. So I'm just gonna start pulling up these stitches, and then I'll start opening. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm just gonna make a cut here. Duh. What was I thinking? All right, I need at least a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so I'm gonna cut at least a 1/2 inch down. Ah! This is always kind of scary to me still. All right, so we have this sad little hole in my little wool coat, and I'm gonna cut around the sleeves now. Here we go. And do try to keep this both sleeves are out, and now you basically have a super cool wool vest. So one of the things I definitely want to do, I'm going to turn this part basically inside out. I'm going to tuck the jacket into itself, because I want to make sure that my new armholes are the same size. So I folded it in half into itself so that I can line up all of these edges, and actually looks pretty much okay. No, this one's definitely a little bigger though, I think. So anywhere it's bigger at all, make sure, basically what I'm gonna do is line up all the seams, because if all the seams line up okay, then the arms holes are the same. As long as there's no crazy bulges or anything. And it does look like this one is just not quite cut in quite as much as the other one. So that all lines up okay. This one needs to just come back a touch. As does this one, just a little. Alright, so now my armholes are the same. I can take those pins out. Da, da, da. And I can unfold my jacket. And now we just reattach the sleeves. But one of the things is that the hole, this armhole is now smaller than this hole, for sure. So one way to fix that, just on the inside, where these side seams are, if you close these side seams just a little, that will make this whole hole a little, the whole hole, haha. It'll make the whole hole a little bit smaller if you take those in just a little bit. And I'm not saying by a lot, like maybe ½ an inch to an inch, just do it little by little until this is the same size. You are gonna lose a little bit of length to the sleeves, but mine were too long anyways, so that's okay. If yours are barely long enough, I would definitely seam rip this whole thing. Mine are not, so I might just cut this off and kind of be down that ½ inch or so, and that's okay with me, but I'm gonna get as close to that as possible. Another way you could make, if you don't want to make the armhole and the jacket smaller, you could just cut down further, like down here on the armhole, and that will make this hole bigger to fit in the new jacket sleeve hole. If you do it that way, just be aware that the larger the armhole is, the more your jacket's gonna flap around when you move your arms around. So the easiest way to do this is by turning the jacket inside out, and then keep the sleeve right side out and stick it inside the jacket. So I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see it. The jacket is inside out now. And let's see, this is, oh gosh. This is this arm. Yep. So, I'm just trying to think. So it goes in here. This is the back. Sorry. You gotta think about this a little bit. Alright, so this is the back seam. So it's gonna go to the back. And I'm gonna line those seams up and pin them. So here. And then the next seam, line it up. Good job, Violet.
I just went potty.
Oh, way to go.
Sorry. What you doing? What's on your phone?
A video. So other people can fix their jackets.
Oh. That one. I know what. What?
You're just funny, Violet.
I'm gonna be to look it.
Yes.